Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. We will be starting lying on our backs, either legs out long, or you can bend the knees, feet flat on the floor, whichever feels comfortable for you this morning. So let's go and get started. I have got no music today, so if you want to play your own music, you can grab that now. But if not, we'll meet up lying down on the mat. The sun was out earlier, so hopefully it will come back out again. So once you're there, just get yourself nice and comfy. If your knees are bent and the feet are flat on the floor, just check that pelvis is in neutral. If you're lying with your legs extended, just allow the feet to flop open to the side. Just a few breaths. And then just bring your awareness to the breath, flowing in and flowing out the nose. And if your legs are extended, just slowly bring them in so the feet are flat on the floor. And then let's place the heel of our hands on our hip bones, fingertips pointing down towards your pubic bone. Checking that the pelvis is in neutral, so that lower back isn't overly arched or pressing down to the floor, so you just got that natural curve. Upper body's nice and relaxed. Making sure you're on the back of the head, not the crown of the head. And then just gently hug into the midline, so activate the core, so whether you think about zipping up, scooping up and in, or that gentle hug. And then float the right foot off the floor. Right knee's in line with the right hip. Knee can stay bent, or you can extend the leg out, coming into hip circles. Doesn't matter what direction you started. Just keep it nice and slow, just a small range of movement. Checking that left leg isn't moving, it's staying nice and still. And let's slowly change direction. And then slowly float that right foot down. Checking that pelvis is neutral. Hug in, float the left foot off the floor, hip circles on the left. It may feel slightly different this side. And slowly change direction. Slowly float that left foot all the way down. Hands can stay where they are. Leg float, starting with the right, so gently hug in, float the right foot off the floor. Maybe it's roughly in line with the hips, maybe it's not that high, float the right foot down, and then the left foot. And just work with your own natural breath pattern, making sure you're not retaining the breath. Keep going. And then just feel that hip hinging as you bring that leg up. We're activating the core. Body relaxed. And now you have the option to bring in some arm floats, the left arm, right leg. Checking they're not flaring out the lower ribs. And as the name says, you're just gently floating the leg, floating the arm. Up and down, nice and slow. And let's do one more each side. Coming into our low bridge. So gently activate the core, activate both glutes, slowly lift the hips off the floor. It doesn't have to be too high. Check that the pelvis is in neutral, that you're pushing down through both feet, making sure you're not rolling onto the outside edge of the feet, that the big toe mound stays in contact with the floor. Glutes are on, core is on. Hands can just rest lightly on the floor, or you can keep them on the hip bones, or place the hands on the thighs, up to you. And then slowly curl down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Pelvic tilt back to that neutral spine. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice and easy exhale. And then slowly activate the glutes, come back to your bridge. Hold it here. And then pulse for 1, for 2, for 3. Use those glutes for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, for 10. Hold it here. Upper body's relaxed. And then slowly curl down. Upper body, mid, lower back. Got that pelvic tilt. Back to that neutral spine. Hold it here. And then just gently hug those knees in. Maybe rock from side to side. Place the left foot on the floor. Slide it out nice and long. Flex that foot. Flex the right foot. Just a gentle hug in. And then just come into a nice, easy recline twist. Nice and easy. I've just got my right foot resting on my left thigh. You can extend the arms out nice and long so the fingers, the hands, the wrists, the elbows are in line with the shoulders. And then just bring awareness to the breath flowing in and out of the nose. The head can be neutral, or you can gaze over at the right hand, depending on how your neck's feeling this morning. And then using your core, maybe your hands slowly come back up to center. Place the right foot down, gently slide that left leg in, hug that left leg in, slide the right leg out nice and long, flex the right foot, left foot flex it. And then coming into your recline twist to the other side, so the left leg's coming over to the right. And I'm just allowing my left foot to rest on my right thigh. Just see how you're feeling this morning. Maybe extend those arms out nice and long again, opening out the chest. Head can stay in neutral, or maybe gaze at the left hand. And then the awareness is on the breath, flowing in and out the nose. And then use that core and the hands, slowly come all the way up. Have a nice long hug. Nice long hug. Just hug those knees in. And now come into a nice long full body stretch. Feet can be flexed, or maybe you can point the toes, whichever feels comfortable for you. And then just gently roll to one side. And then slowly come all the way up to standing. Maybe grab a drink on the way up. And then once you get up the top standing, feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider, maybe a little bit closer together. See how your hips are feeling and your back today. Check your base. So weight even throughout the feet. Knees are over the ankles, hips are over the knees, shoulders over hips. Ears, shoulders, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Just release the arms down by the side of your body. Check in with your feet. spreading the toes. And then think about that tripod of your foot. So the heel bone to the little toe mound, to the big toe mound, back to the heel bone. Feel those arches activating. Eyes can be open or eyes can be closed. Knees can be soft. Gently, I can't speak this morning, gentle hugging so the core's activated, but not too tight. And just gently roll those shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in, float the arms all the way up, fingertips point up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart. Slowly release the hands down, placing the hands into the hip creases. And on your next exhale, soften the knees, hinge through the hips, stay broad across the collarbones. The glutes are floating back, so hips are back. You can soften or bend those knees if you need to. Release the hands to the floor. Step the right foot back. Allow the right knee to touch the floor. Top of the right foot to the floor. Check that the pelvis is in neutral. Left knee is in line with that left ankle. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Hold it here. Breathe wide and full. And on your next exhale, hip hinge forward, fingertips towards the mat, push down through the left foot, step the right foot forward, feet hip width apart, halfway lift. And with a lovely long spine, slowly come all the way up, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, slowly release the hands to those hip creases, hinging forward, soften the knees or bend the knees, whichever works for your spine today. Step the left foot back, left knee down, come into your kneeling crescent, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Bring your awareness to this pelvis. Is it neutral? Gently hug in, left glute is on. On your next exhale, hinge forward, fingertips to the floor, push down for the right foot, left foot steps forward, halfway lift. With that lovely long spine, slowly come all the way up, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the hands through to heart. So as we're hinging forward, try and keep that spine nice and long, just those natural curves. If you find that you're rounding out, whether it's the upper back or the lower back, just think about keeping that spine nice and long, broad across the collarbones, and you may need to bend the knees a little bit more, but think about pushing those hips back. So let's repeat that, let's add on, reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands either to the hip creases or to the heart, hinging forward, fingertips to the floor. Step the right foot back, right knee down, coming into crescent. Top of the right foot, pushing down into the floor, lifting up. Right glute is on, gently hug in. As you exhale, hinge forward, place the hands flat on the floor, tuck the right toes, step back to plank, knees down, 3/4 plank, hold it here. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis is in neutral. Lovely long spine. Check that you're not jutting that chin up. And on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Pull back with the hands, come up to a baby cobra. Check that the glutes are on, legs are active, holding it here. Shoulder blades are squeezing together. Check in with the neck. And as you exhale, soften down, core is on, glutes are on, as you push all the way up to your 3/4 plank. Tuck the toes, hips high and back, down dog. Maybe soften the knees, maybe bend them a little bit more if you need to. Lovely long spine, head and neck nice and relaxed. Just check the hands. Are you spreading the fingers wide? Are you pushing up through the arms, pushing up through the legs? And then your next exhale, slowly start to lower the knees to the floor. Step the right foot forward, coming into your kneeling crescent. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Bend the elbows, goddess arms, top of the left foot in contact with the floor. So push down to that left foot, left glute is on. So those goddess arms or goalpost arms, broad across the collarbone. Exhale, hinge forward, push down to the right foot, left foot steps forward, halfway lift. Hip hinge all the way up, reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, hinging forward. Hands can be at heart or in the hip creases. Step the left foot back, top of the foot in contact with the floor. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Left glute is on. Gently hug in, pushing down to the top of that left foot. And as you exhale, hinging forward, place the hands on the floor, tuck the left toes, step the right foot back, plank, knees down, 3/4 plank. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis in neutral. Gently hug in, glutes are on, broad across the collarbone. And on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Pull back on the mat, slowly come up into that baby cobra. Glutes are on, leg is active. And as you exhale, soften down, tuck the toes, 3/4 plank. Hips up, high, and then back into your down dog. And maybe in this down dog, you can gently lengthen and bend one leg at a time. Maybe you want to sway the hips from side to side, or maybe you just want to stay still. And then your next exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor. And then just allow the hips to float back to the heels, coming into child's pose. And just rest the lower arms on the floor. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. Your forehead doesn't have to touch the floor. A few deep breaths here. And then slowly place the palms of the hand on the mat. Slowly come up to tabletop. Step the left foot forward, the right foot forward, halfway lift. And slowly hinge all the way up. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Sorry, just adjusting myself. Release the hands. Take a nice deep breath in, sigh the exhale out. Inhale, float the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, hinging forward. Place the hands flat on the floor, step the right foot back, left foot plank. Lower the knees to the floor. And on your exhale, slowly come all the way down, coming into cobra. Check in the back, see how you're feeling. Exhale, soften down, tuck the toes. Your option to push up, straight up to down dog or up to your 3/4 plank, your choice. And we'll all meet in down dog. And then just bring the awareness to the breath. And then just check in with your dog. Do you need to make any adjustments here? And then you have the option now of stepping the right foot forward, coming into your low lunge, or you can lower the knees to the floor and then come into your low lunge. So I'm going to come onto the balls of my feet. I'm gazing between my hands. I'm stepping my right foot forward, low lunge, option to bring the knee down, or through tabletop. Step the left foot forward, halfway lift. And as you inhale, swoop the arms up, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, come all the way back down, hinging at the hips. Step the left foot forward, right foot back, plank. Your choice to stay here in your full plank or lower the knees. You can come to up dog or come down with me to cobra, your choice. Broad across the collarbones, whether you're doing up dog or cobra, check in with that neck. And then your option, how you get up to your down dog. And let's all meet in down dog. Knees can be soft. Your option, stepping the left foot forward or coming through tabletop. Left foot, low lunge. Step the right foot forward, hip hinge, halfway lift. Float the arms all the way up. Let's repeat that. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Step the right foot back, left foot back, plank. Your choice to plank. Coming to up dog or cobra. And let's all either meet up in down dog or plank, and then down dog. Three more rounds of breath here. And remember your option to get to your halfway lift. I'm on the balls of the feet and stepping the right foot forward or come through tabletop. Step the left foot forward, halfway lift. Inhale the arms all the way up. As you exhale, hands through to heart, hip hinge all the way down. Left foot, step it back. Right foot back. Plank, your choice of plank. Up dog or cobra. And then we'll all meet up in downward dog. Just check your base in your down dog. Coming into your low lunge. Right foot forward to the left, halfway lift, sweep the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart center. A few rounds here. For breath. Release the hands. And on your next exhale, gently hug in, glutes are on. Nice long inhale. Exhale, slowly lower into chair. You can be up here. The arms can be in line with the shoulders. The arms can be high or the hands can be at heart. And on your next exhale, maybe lower the hips down a little bit lower, your choice. And on your next exhale, place the fingers or the hands on the floor. Slowly step the right foot back, left knee back, coming in to tabletop. Tuck the toes. And just allow the hips to float all the way back to the heels. Hold it here. Long arms. Try and stay broad across the collarbone. Necks in line with the rest of the spine. Spread the hands. And then tuck the chin and slowly round up into cat. Slowly uncurl to your neutral spine. And then float the hips all the way back to the heels. Tuck the chin. Round up, cat, come all the way up. Slowly uncurl, neutral spine in tabletop. One more. Hips to heels. Tuck the chin. Slowly roll up into cat. Slowly uncurl. Keep the toes tucked, gently hug in. Hips are high and back, down dog. Just holding your down dog. We will be transitioning to the back of the mat, so we will be walking our hands back to our feet. Now you can do this from down dog and then bending the knees, or you can lower back down to tabletop and transition that way. So when you're ready, your choice, walking the hands slowly back to the feet, coming into forward fold. I'm bending my knees with my hips back. My spine is still quite nice and long, and I'm supporting my upper body on my thighs. You have the option of bringing the lower arms onto your thighs, your choice. Maybe you can walk your fingers out so you've got a nice long stretch here. Relaxing the head and neck. And on your next inhale, lengthen that spine, hip hinge all the way up. I've just got to step forward, otherwise I'll hit the ceiling. Feet about hip width apart, reach the fingertips all the way up. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, center. And on your next exhale, goddess arms. Glutes are on, so you've got that hip extension. You can stay here, or you can place the hands on your back. Little baby back bend. You can soften the knees, broad across the collarbone. You can feel those glutes activate. Inhale, float the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, hip hinge forward. And then you can transition into a plank. You can lower both knees down, or you can walk out to your plank. Full plank with the knees off the floor, or you can join me in the 3/4 plank. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists, spreading the fingers. Toes are tucked, holding it here. Few deep breaths here. And then step the right foot forward. Heel toe the foot out so the hands are in the inside of that right foot. Place the right hand just above the knee on your right thigh. Check that the left shoulder is stacked over the left wrist. Left toes can be tucked, the foot can be flat on the floor. And then just easy rotate, coming into a kneeling crescent twist. And then maybe slide that right hand back to the right hip. Maybe release the left ear to the left shoulder, broad across the collarbone. Relaxing the head and neck. And then maybe extend the right arms, the right fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Right hand, right hip. And then slide in that right foot all the way back, coming into a modified side plank. So just adjust your base. If you need to adjust that left knee, please do so. You can gaze down at the mat or go straight ahead. Activate both glutes, hip extension, core is on, gentle hug. Right hand can stay at the right hip, or maybe extend the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then slowly start to place the right hand down, step in that right foot forward. Slowly come up into kneeling crescent, tucking the left toes. Inhale, lengthen and push all the way up, and we'll meet in crescent. And then just check your base. Pelvis should be in neutral. Hands can be at heart, or you can bring your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. So you're on the balls of the left foot. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, open out into warrior two. Check your base. The outside edge of that left foot is in contact with the floor. You're pushing down through the right foot. Releasing the left hand to that left thigh. Reach the right fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Coming into your reverse warrior. Nice side bend. Maybe release the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Opening out the right side of the body. And I'm just gazing straight ahead. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, just swivel that back foot round, coming into a low lunge. Left knee can be on the floor, or maybe not. Step the right foot back, plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Or you have the option now to have a connecting vinyasa, so you can come down to up dog or cobra, and then we'll all meet in our 3/4 plank. And then in your 3/4 plank, just slowly bring the left knee in, the right knee in. Check your base, gently hug in. Knee tuck with that right leg, so tucking that knee in. Activate the right glute, slowly come into a glute raise. Hold it here, hips are level, and then circle at the hip. Circle for 2, for 3, for 4, and then slowly change direction. It's 2, 3, and 4. Slowly come back to tabletop, tuck the toes, hips float back to the heels, long arm broad across the collarbones. Tuck the chin in, roll up, cat. Slowly uncurl, neutral spine, allow the hips to float all the way back to the heels. Slowly come up and round, uncurl, neutral spine, hips to heels. Tuck the chin, slowly curl all the way up. Hold it here. Let's come into our modified side plank. Nice and slow, checking that the right shoulder is in line. I've just realised, guys, I've missed out kneeling crescent lunge, but we can come back to that after this. Reach fingertips up towards the ceiling, hold it here. And then before we come into down dog, let's just step that right foot forward, right foot, left foot forward. Left hand on that thigh, checking that the right shoulder is over that right wrist. Kneeling crescent twist, releasing the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Slide the left hand towards the left hip, broad across the collarbones. Option to lengthen out that left arm. And then slowly release. Tabletop, tuck the toes, down dog. And then from here, we're going to transition to the back of the mat. So you're going to walk the hands back to the feet or lower both knees down, coming to that forward fold. I've got my knees bent with my hips going back, so that feels more comfortable on my back. And I'm resting my upper body on my thighs, or you have the option to rest the lower arms and just release the head and neck. And then your next inhale, slowly lengthen out the spine, hip hinge all the way up. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And on your next exhale, side bend right. Inhale, center, side bend left. Inhale, center, bend the elbows, goddess arms, opening out the chest. Glutes are on. Option to bring the hands behind. And then coming into a little back bend. Feel those glutes activate. And on the next inhale, float the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, hip hinge all the way down. Option to lower both knees to the floor or just slowly walk out to plank. Coming into 3/4 plank. Option for connecting vinyasa, so you can lower down to cobra or up dog. And then we'll all meet in our 3/4 plank, holding it here. Shoulder blades on the back of the ribcage are neutral, pelvis is neutral, core is on. Step the left foot forward, tucking the right toes, slowly coming up into your kneeling crescent. Inhale, come up to crescent. Checking your base, right glute is on, gently hug in. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, open out, and coming into your warrior two. Check your base. Right hand, right thigh coming into your reverse warrior, opening out the left side of your body, maybe releasing that right ear towards the right shoulder. Just enjoy that nice long stretch. And then slowly come back to your warrior two. Swivel that back foot, windmill the right arm round, coming into low lunge. Right knee can go to the floor. And then from here, slowly come all the way back. Let's bring that left knee in, knee tuck. Activate the left glute, slowly bring it up. Hip circle on the left. I'm going for 4 in each direction and work with your own range of movement. Don't forget to change direction. And then just tuck the toes that slowly come up to a down dog. Have a nice long stretch in your down dog and maybe sway the hips from side to side, soften the knees if you need to. And then on your next exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor, hips all the way back to the heels, lower arms to the floor, turn the palms to face the ceiling. The head does not have to touch the mat. Just a few deep breaths here. Palms turn around and contact the mat. Slowly come all the way up to your tabletop. Coming into pigeon. So you had the choice this morning. You can do your single leg pigeon. You can lie on your back and do your forward point, your recline pigeon, or we can do double pigeon. So whichever you're feeling this morning. So I'm going to do double pigeon. So I've got my left leg down and I'm placing my right lower leg on top. Don't worry if your knee doesn't touch, you can use a block. So whether you're in single leg or double leg pigeon, if you're in single leg pigeon, you can just gently lower down to the floor and come into your resting pigeon if you want to. Please use your blocks. If you're in double leg, you can use a block. You can place it in between the foot and the knee if you need to, or you can have it in front just to rest your lower arms on, your choice. And whichever glute stretch you're in, whether you're in single leg pigeon, double pigeon, or lying on your back, just close your eyes. And then just bring your awareness to the breath, the air flowing in, the air flowing out. And the magpies outside my window are really making lots of noise, so I'm sorry if you can hear them. There's a nest in a tree just outside my window. And then just bring sensation to your body. Do you need to make any adjustments? If so, please do so. Do you need to come out of the posture a little bit? Do you need to deepen it? Or are you happy as you are? And then very, very, very slowly, you're going to make your way out of your pigeon. If you're in single leg pigeon, you can transition maybe through down dog, or maybe you want to come back to tabletop and do a few hip circles. If you're in double pigeon, you might want to put your feet on the floor and just gently windscreen wipe the knees backwards and forward. If you're lying on your back, you might want to hug your knees in. And then let's slowly swap over legs. Don't forget, use your blocks or your cushions if you need to. Check that you're feeling comfortable. And then if you're in single leg pigeon, if you want to come to resting pigeon or lying on your forearms, please do so. If you're in double leg pigeon, you can hinge forward or just stand nice and tall. You can just rest your forearms on your thighs. And then close your eyes once again, bringing awareness to the breath. The air flowing in and out the nose. And then bring awareness to your body. Do you need to deepen the posture? Do you need to back out the posture? Or are you just happy to stay as you are? And very slowly we're coming out of our pigeon. If you're lying on the floor, you can gently hug the knees in. If you're in a single leg pigeon, maybe down dog or a few hip circles. If you're in double pigeon, maybe gentle windscreen wiping of the knees. And then we're all going to meet in an easy cross-legged option to sit on your block or a cushion or a rolled up blanket, whichever you have to hand. And once you're there, just check that the weight's even on both seat bones. Lovely long spine. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then slowly bring the hands behind you, fingertips on the floor, or maybe the hands. Open out the chest, so you're broad across the collarbones. Check in with the head and neck, making sure they're relaxed and that neck's still in line with the rest of the spine. Right hand comes onto the left knee. Left hand crosses over the right and comes to the right knee. You can stay here, or you can just fold forward. Maybe walk the fingertips around the kneecap a little bit more so you can feel it stretching across that upper back. Relax the head and neck. And then your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Reach the arms behind you, open out the chest, sit up nice and tall. Gently hug it in. And this time, left hand, right knee, right arm crosses over the left. You can stay here, or you can fold forward. Maybe walk the hands around the knees a little bit more so you get more of a stretch across the upper back. Relax the head and neck. And very slowly come all the way up. Now transition to the floor. You can just curl down to one side, or maybe you're sitting on both seat bones and you might want to curl down vertebrae by vertebrae, making sure you're gently hugging in, you're making that C shape of your spine. You can get halfway down and then you can use your arms to help you down. And once you're there, feet flat on the floor, pelvis in neutral. Just a few deep breaths here. And then bring the arms out wide so the fingers, the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders are in line, head in neutral. And then just gently bring the knees over to the left, coming into a reclined spinal twist. You can adjust your feet if you need to. You can either block for support. Head can be in neutral. You can gaze over at your right hand. And then just bring the awareness to the breath, the air flowing in and out the nose. Eyes can be closed or open. And bring the awareness to the body. Do you need to make any adjustments? Please do so. And then very slowly come all the way back up to center. Pelvis in neutral. Just stay here for a moment. And then slowly bring the knees over to the right. Recline spinal twist. Head can be in neutral. Maybe this time you're gazing over at the left fingertips, whatever feels comfortable for you. And just check in with the body. How is it feeling? Do you need to make any adjustments? And then bring the awareness back to the breath. And slowly come all the way up to center. Checking that that pelvis is in neutral. The lower back's not pressing down on the floor. And then slowly bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And just checking with the breath. Today we're just going to do a short Shavasana, your final relaxation. If you want to stay longer, please do so. Take a nice long inhale. Sigh the exhale out through the mouth. And we're going to finish our practice with our 3-part yogi breath. So your next inhale, you're going to inhale to the belly, to the ribs, to the top of the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to exhale out to the chest, the ribs, the belly. So inhale, belly, ribs, front, side and back, all the way up to the chest, all the way up to the collarbones. And as you exhale, soften down through the chest, the ribs, the belly. And just carry on in your own time. Belly, ribs, chest. And softening down through the chest, the ribs, the belly. Do a few more rounds of our 3-part yogi breath. And then just bring the hands to the floor. You can stay here with the knees bent, or you can lengthen out the legs. Coming back to your natural breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And just allow the whole of the body to soften, to relax, melt down into the floor. And you can stay in Shavasana a little bit longer if you want to. If not, slowly bring your awareness back to the breath. And if your legs are out long, slowly bend one knee, slide that foot in, bend the other leg, so that both feet are flat on the floor, the knees are bent. And just a gentle, easy windscreen wiping of the knees from side to side, keeping the feet flat on the floor. And then keeping the eyes closed, just curl to whichever side feels comfortable for you. Keep the eyes closed and come into tabletop. And your eyes are still closed in your tabletop. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Spreading the fingers wide, knees are underneath the hips. And just slowly start to circle the hips. Feet can be flat on the floor, tops of the feet, or you can tuck the toes. And maybe you want to make those hip circles a little bit bigger, you can, coming into your rolling hip circles. And just take nice long inhales, nice long easy exhales. And slowly come back to tabletop and just slowly change direction. Hip circles in tabletop, and then maybe slowly make those hip circles a little bit bigger, and maybe come into your rolling hip circles. And slowly come back to tabletop, checking that the shoulders are over the wrists. Take a nice long inhale. Slowly exhale out through the mouth. 2 more. Inhale. One more. And slowly flutter the eyes open so you're gazing at the mat. And your option now is either to come to kneeling, maybe sitting on the block, or maybe come to an easy cross-legged. Bring the hands through to heart. And your next inhale, float the arms all the way up, fingertips point up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, slowly bring the hands all the way down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Bring the hands down through to heart. Last one, sweep the arms all the way up. And this time, slowly exhale out. Keep the hands at heart. Allow the thumbs to connect to the heartbeat. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I need a coffee to wake me up so I can get my words right. But enjoy the rest of the day. Hopefully the sun will come back out. But from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please type them in, or maybe direct message me, or you can email me. But thank you very much. Making sure that you stay safe next week as lockdown's starting to ease. But if you do go out, please stay safe. And if you're going shopping, enjoy your shopping. But see you soon. But thank you very much. Bye.